All right, so we're going to do the rear wheel. Project for this will be rear brake pads, rear wheel bearings. So we're going to go through the process of removing the rear wheel. So the book calls for removing the brake caliper first and then the ABS sensor. But looking at how this is put together, I think I'm going to free the ABS sensor first, because I think dropping the caliper is just going to get in the way of the wiring. So we're just going to go ahead and crack that loose. And just take the sensor out first. So that just drops out of the way, and that's just much safer. Go ahead and pull that out. That should drop away. And it does. So now that's just safe. There's no pulling on that, which was my concern. All right, next step is to remove the bolt. So we have a cotter pin that has to come out. Just go ahead and... The recommendation is always replace your cotter pins. That's pretty good. I can straighten that out. I'm going to remove that nut. So the opposite side of this is going to be a hex. And it don't look to be the 22. It looks to be much smaller. So the winner is 27 mil. So we're going to crack this loose. See if it's spinning on the other side. It's not. Pull the castle nut off. Pull the washer off. So we remove the castle nut. Next step here is to remove this caliper bracket. I don't know if I have a hex that big. Give me the biggest I got. It is. Wow. Lucky day. So we're just gonna loosen that up. That's right here. So that drops that out. It's just one nut. Next step is to pull the axle out. So the axle comes out, back the wheel off the hub. Drop it and roll it away. Always keep note of your spacers. There should be no. Ooh. All right, there you go. Wheel is removed. Convene on the table. So we're going to take this snap ring off the back side of the hub. Try to lift this plate out of here. All right, so what I'm going to do here now is just lay it down and try to... That rubber seems like it fell apart. I mean, it didn't fall apart, but it... There we go. So you got to kind of work it out. So when you lift this out, these pieces fit in between here. So these things are all attached. There's the ring right there. Yep. And there's an O-ring in there. Let me show you the part number. 671B2580. So to get this far in the wheel, to not do this is not a good idea. It just makes no sense. So you want to examine this, make sure nothing's broken. If you notice, this is how I do it. You have your air valve here, and you have the spot on this rubber here. This spot is opposite the air valve. So I'm going to take this out just because, and I just need to remember that that spot goes here, opposite the air valve. That's how I know it's going to go back exactly the way it was when I took it off. Okay, so we got to take this. Take this O-ring off. So I'll hold it. My son will do that. Let me get a flashlight on it. That's it. Actually, it's in quite a good shape.
It's a little flat spotted.
Is it flat spotted?
Yep.
So we're just going to go ahead and...
Clean it up first?
Yeah, you want to clean it up a little bit. So we're going to clean this area up a little bit. And then we're going to do the bearings. And we're good.
Grease?
We'll definitely grease that up when we put it back together. So next thing we want to do is take the bearings out. It's going to follow the same plan as the front wheel. It's a bearing, it's an interference fit bearing with a spacer. And we're going to knock the spacer out of the way. Grab a lip and whack them out. The other, the rear, oh, I didn't even need to whack it. Look at that. That just slid nice. The other bearings are in the fridge, in the freezer. I'm going to take this dust seal off. The other side doesn't have one. It's all part of the mix of the, there's my lip. We'll call that a result. So there's our bearing. Yeah, she was a little stubborn. All right, we're going to clean these bore holes out. I've had the bearings in there for a good 4 hours. Should drop right in. I'm using an impact socket, and this is a 36 mil. You make sure you readjust after each hit. That was a significantly louder ka-pink, which is telling me that's seated. I'm just going to take a look inside. And that's what I see. I see a seated bearing in there. By the way, the rear wheel bearings, part number 601B6304UU. These are for the rear. That's a result. Yep, that's in. Oh yeah, that's a big difference. Okay, put a little bit of grease in there to, good enough. Just seal that up. Some high temp stuff. There you go. So that's that. Here's our dot. And like I said, goes in here. Now pump it. Yeah, good enough. That should be plenty. Okay. I'm just going to lay some on here. And then these go in between here. Obviously, this is floating in rubber, so there's really no true bottom. You just want to make sure that you're beyond that clip ring, that this will close on it real clean. That's when you know you did your job. That's it. Job well done. Okay, so get the rear wheel up on the balancer. The rear wheel's up on the balancer. If you look here, there's a set of weights here. There's actually quite a bit of weights there. Now, what I noticed is over here, there's another set of weights. If you look on this side, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I think you can. There were weights here, but they've been removed. So there's only weights on the inside of the rim, which means this has been, the person that did this could have split the difference here and put 3 on the inside, 3 on the outside. I guess they chose not to do that. So they're all living on the inside. And I guess that's okay because it's on the inside of the hub. And that's okay. It's fine. But these weights were never removed. And just to show you, the wheel's heavy off of those weights. So this thing wants to keep spinning down. So I think when this tire was put on and rebalanced, those weights should have been removed, and they never were, because looking at that, it wants to keep settling at those weights. So we're going to start popping 2 of these weights off at a time. I have a feeling we're going to be balanced when there's none left. So this thing is still heavy. So I'm going to take another weight off. Yeah, no, it's still heavy. So we're going to take this last 2, take it all off. Those weights should have been removed. Okay, so this wheel has been balanced. She ain't going anywhere, no matter what quadrant I put this on. So ultimately what wound up needing is those weights there, and then just 1 there. Balances it. Don't know why in 2 places, but it's the way it is. But we're good to go. So now we just reassemble it, put a new set of rear brakes in it. That's it. Okay. And it's clean, so hold on. Don't do nothing. Okay, so we're going to do that. Do a quick alignment. Go ahead, push it through. Wait a minute. Go ahead.
One more tap.
Go ahead. You're in. It's in. That's it. So this is going to be for the I got to tell you right now, that bolt, that castle bolt from before was more than 90 pounds. Because if this is 90 pounds, that thing was over tightened.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to put our cotter pin in. Come on.
Mounting bolt, this caliper mounting.
Okay, so 47 foot-pounds. Caliper mounting bracket, 47 foot-pounds. That's 47, all right. Yeah, we got that exercise nice. So we pull this pin. This was loose. This is loose. It's not even tight. But he really didn't know what he was doing. All right, never mind, never mind. I got it. There we go. 13 foot-pounds. That's 13. Nice. calipers. So caliper mounting bolts are 18,
Front is 25.
and then it'll be ready to go. So I bought this thing at Harbor Freight. Quinn, not bad. Paid for it, no endorsement. That's it. Now we just put the ABS sensor back. I'm not even going to bother with the torque. I'm just going to cinch it. You just got to use your head. That's all. 8mm. Oh, by the way, I already talked about it. The caliper bolts were 6s. Pump the brakes till they come up. Put the rear brake on. That's it. Okay. Job's done.